Kensington celebrates the International Day of the Book on April 24th. And joining us to talk about it is the Master of Ceremonies, Steve Piacente. Steve, thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for giving me a chance to talk about what's going to be a great festival this year.
Well, first of all, what should people know about it?
Well, it's interesting. Let me tell you a quick backstory, since it's all about stories and storytelling. The festival actually began with a very humble and soggy start in 2005. In 2005, it was basically a sidewalk event with 10 authors and 50 people. This year, we're expecting 100 authors and more than 6,000 people. It's going to be terrific.
Awesome. I want to hear about these authors. Who do you have on the lineup?
So it's a great variety of very interesting authors, starting with Michael Dirda, who is the Washington Post book critic and a Pulitzer Prize winner. People will get to meet Colonel Mac McGee, who's one of the original Tuskegee Airmen. We have Ray Locker, who wrote an interesting book with new information about Watergate. Just a lot of people throughout the day.
And there's more than books, correct?
Yeah, there are performers up and down Howard Avenue, which is the main place where the festival will take place. There's a special section for kids featuring people like 123 Andre and the Great Zucchini. It's just going to be a great thing and a great family event.
And you're the Master of Ceremonies. What does that mean?
Well, I work the main stage, which is called La Rambla, and that's where we'll have a procession of these featured authors beginning at around 11:15. I should also mention there's going to be some musical groups like the Rockasonics and the Nighthawks and a really interesting group called Eli August and the Abandoned Buildings.
Excellent. And the festival takes place all day? When does it start? When does it end?
Yeah, it's going to start around 11 and goes to around 5 o'clock. And I should mention, rain or shine, though we're hoping for a lot of shine.
Absolutely. And you're the Master of Ceremonies, but you're also an author. Can you tell me about your new book?
Yeah, my new book is, I've written a series of books, and it's Bella and Bootlicker, and the latest, the forthcoming one is called Pretender. I'm a journalist in my former life, and this story is about a disgraced reporter who's trying to find his way back, trying to find redemption. And he finds the path, but it requires him to put his trust in a person who's a little bit unsavory. So he's got that kind of dilemma going on.
So you'll be talking about your book at the festival?
Yeah, all the authors will be doing a little Q&A. I'll be facilitating a Q&A with them on stage. People in the audience will get to ask questions, and then they're also going to do a reading. So it'll be probably about a half an hour for each featured author.
And if people like what they hear, can they buy your book there?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I also want to mention that up and down Howard Avenue, authors will be seated in tents where people can just go up and visit with them, hear about their stories, and if they want to purchase their books as well.
And get an autograph, I assume?
Oh yeah, there's nothing like talking to the person who wrote the book.
What's your favorite thing about this book festival?
My favorite thing is that it has grown so exponentially. You know, we live in a time when people are so caught up in their screens and their devices, and the news is hitting us 24/7. What we're talking about here is the evolution of a simple sidewalk event into something that draws thousands and thousands of people who really enjoy what I call the profound and simple pleasure of reading.
So if I'm watching this and I want to go to this book festival, how do I get more information?
We have a really interesting website where you can actually watch a video from last year's festival to get a good taste of what's coming, and that is dayofthebook.com. And while I'm speaking of taste, I should mention that two things that have been added to this year's festival are a special tent where chefs will be cooking up recipes and showing people how to make new things. That's called From Book to Plate. And then there's also another tent that features interesting tidbits about sustainable gardening.
Oh, very good. And this book festival, is it free?
Absolutely free. The books are not free, but the attendance is free, yeah.
Anything?
And yeah, the food trucks are not free, but they will be there, several of them, and there'll be great food. And again, if we have a good day, it's going to be terrific.
Excellent. Anything I didn't ask you that you want people to know?
Just that this is the 11th festival, and it continues to grow. We're really paying tribute to the talent and the tenacity of our authors, but also to all these people who keep coming out and making it possible.
And children, young readers, will they find something to do?
Absolutely. I mentioned 123 Andre and The Great Zucchini. There's a lot of children's authors as well. And, you know, I would be remiss if I didn't point out the fact that we have a lot of local businesses and literary organizations and volunteers who have really been critical and, frankly, without whom this thing could not take place.
Excellent. So April 24th, and the time again is?
It starts at 11 a.m. with music, and everybody take a look for Ellie Solasol, who is the owner of the Kensington bookstore right there on Howard Avenue. She's the founder, she's the creator of this whole event.
That's awesome. Well, check out the website, Kensington's Day of the Book Festival, April 24th, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.